Welcome everybody to a look at the third film in the Sean Connery six-film collection Steelbook 4K release, and it is 1964's Goldfinger. So this is directed by Guy Hamilton, who would go on to direct three more James Bond films. Another one with Sean Connery, so we'll be talking about him again in future, and then two more with Roger Moore, meaning that he directed three in a row in the 70s. He also went on to direct the likes of Battle of Britain, Force 10 from Never Own, which isn't as good as its original but still decent. Remo Williams' The Adventure Begins, or more like The Adventure Ends, because there were no more in that series. He did Funeral in Berlin, which was one of the Harry Palmer spy films in the 60s, which is kind of the antithesis of this series, as well as an Inspector Calls. And this clocks in at 110 minutes long. Had a budget of $3 million, so $1 million more than From Russia with Love. But the box office returns were absolutely huge, 125 million at the box office, so a good 40 or so million more than From Russia with Love. And yeah, alongside the usual cast of Sean Connery and Lois Maxwell and such, we've got the likes of Gert Frobe in this, who was in three of the Dr. Mabuse films, which we've reviewed in the past. Also stars Honor Blackman, who was in Jason and the Argonauts, A Night to Remember, which is my favourite of the Titanic films, Fright, as well as the 1978 version of The Cat and the Canary. And it also stars Desmond Llewellyn, who would go on to feature in 15 more James Bond films. Now, he was in From Russia with Love, but this film is where his role would really be expanded in a great way. He only talks about a suitcase in the From Russia with Love, and he's also called Boothroyd in that one as well, whereas in this he is just called Q. And yeah, he obviously goes through the Aston Martin DB5 and such in terms of the gadgets, and yeah, we also are in his environment in this film as well. So yeah, MI6 agent James Bond investigates a gold smuggling ring run by businessman Ulrich Goldfinger. As he delves deeper into his activities, he uncovers a sinister plan to attack Fort Knox's gold reserve. So yeah, this is a film in the series that took the series into popular culture, quite frankly, in a massive way, while cementing the series' formula for years to come, be it from the gadget heavy vehicle in the form of the Aston Martin DB5, a larger than life villain with a grandiose plan, a title song using a popular singer over the credits, and the sex appeal was ramped up massively over the far more restrained prior two entries. Connery is once again great in the lead role, the supporting cast is strong, it is predominantly well paced, the score is excellent along with the iconic title song, the action scenes are entertaining, the plot is mostly engrossing, and there are plenty of memorable scenes and lines as well in the script. Now, sure, I do prefer the more grounded approach of the prior effort, but the fact that this was my favourite Connery effort for a long time and was also the first film in the series to crack 100 million at the box office does make this an important film to me and the series as a whole. So yeah, just like the prior two films, 5 out of 5, quite frankly. And yeah, this is probably my favourite of the Steelbook versions, to be honest. Even though I do have a little bit of an issue in the fact that the lettering is white and then we've got a slightly white background. So some of the title of Goldfinger is a little bit obscured, but I just love the image of Connery and the Aston Martin DB5 in the behind him. Also love his suit that he's wearing, and obviously this is set in part of the film that is in the Swiss Alps. And then we also have one of the Bond girls in this in the background, Tilly Masterson, as she tries to get revenge for her sister Jill, who yeah, is in the inside of this, covered in gold. So yeah, 4K Blu-ray, and yeah, the 4K on this looks again really rather great. I'd say because the locations aren't quite as well, the main location in this is Kentucky, to be honest. So it's not quite as exotic as Istanbul was in From Russia with Love, but the parts outside of that, the Swiss Alps and such, do nonetheless look excellent. And yeah, the film as a whole does and looks and sounds really rather great as well, especially when it comes to the action scenes and yeah, the cinematography as well. So on the whole, a really excellent film, and one that I was really looking forward to revisiting because I haven't seen it in quite some time. Just like all of these films, to be honest, it has been a good 3 years or so since I last saw them. So yeah, it's been a real joy to revisit these, especially the ones that I consider my favourites in the series. And yeah, this is another banger in the series, quite frankly. 3 out of 3 so far in the series for 5 out of 5. And yeah, whether or not that continues with the series, I'll have to see. But yeah, really looking forward to seeing Thunderball. And then obviously You Only Live Twice, and then finally Diamonds Are Forever. So look forward to reviewing those three. But nonetheless, thank you for watching. If you have seen this film before, let me hear your thoughts on it. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.